Good Thursday morning. It's December 12th, 2024. It's going to be a chilly day with some windy conditions, but highs will be up around 40, a little bit warmer than originally thought for today. The cold didn't come down quite as far as originally thought. But this cold will stick around for a few days. If you look here, we can see the blue lines. You also see the black lines, isotherms, are really close together. That's why it's going to be breezy. Breeze is up around 30 miles per hour today. Tomorrow the winds relax. But it still stays cold. We're on the east side of a high, so the northerly winds are going to be flowing in here, the northerly meaning colder weather. That's going to stick around until Saturday. Again, we're kind of chilly here. We even have some what is called cold air damping as this high goes to the east. These northerly winds get dammed cold air up against the mountains. So you see these ice bars are kind of sagging. If you look at them, they kind of like dip here east of the mountains. So we're going to stay pretty chilly on Saturday. And Sunday was looking like it may be more wet than it is. It seems like things have slowed down a little bit, so maybe not wet until way late in the day. Pretty strong cold air damping signature here. That means probably some potential mixes, when the precipitation onsets. We'll see. I'm not counting on it, but wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of sleet or something at the start. Quickly changing over rain, so nothing big. But this looks light. I mean, nothing really of consequence here. As we go to Monday, we have a drier day, but this is warmer conditions because this was a warm front that came through. Still a little bit of cold air damping signature here, so maybe not super warm, but definitely warmer than it has been. And now we get a front that's going to move through. It looks like about Tuesday, bringing us some rain chances. Again, we need the rain around here. That kind of lags a little bit. A little bit windy here. Ice bars a little bit tight. So on Wednesday, maybe some windy conditions, a little chillier. We're at the east side of the high pressure, so it is going to pull down cold air, as well as the left side of the low. So there's going to be funneling of colder air here. Even if it's not super cold, it's just cooler than what it will be the days before. That moves out. Let me just kind of mild up for a bit. Here we are Thursday, Friday. Looking pretty mild as we go into the later part of next week. Maybe even 50s again, maybe up near 60. We'll have to see. And here comes another front. This one doesn't look like it's going to bring cold air on the backside. So this, I think, is so far off. This has shown a lot of different solutions, how high or fast this high-pressure system gets involved, if there's low, if there's cooler air that can get entrained here. I don't know. I'm not counting on anything wintry, but it's got a little bit of possibility that maybe something's going to happen. This is kind of a weird dual structure with the low pressure. There's a upper-level system here forming a coastal here off the East Coast. These usually don't do well for us as far as snow chances, but it may bring something. So just something to watch. And then cooler, windy conditions, funneling in much colder air as we head into next weekend. So kind of a mild week next week, but then pretty cold here. Don't know how long this is going to stick around just because of the pattern, but it doesn't look like it's going to warm up much either. So pretty cold. I mean, we're going into Christmas week now. I'm just so far off, I wouldn't really count on the exact weather. It just looks like a colder pattern is here. Maybe temperatures at or even slightly below normal. No real precipitation, and then when precipitation does show up, we're so far off in the future. I would take this all as a grain of salt. But it's kind of interesting to see the low-pressure system here in the southern part of the United States and colder air right on our doorstep. But this low-pressure system up here in the Great Lakes region is notorious for eroding any cold air that we could have that potentially could bring us any wintry precipitation. If it's light, maybe it would start to snow. That's what it's showing here, but let's don't count on White Christmas Day or anything at this point. This is all conjecture at this point as whether or not anything will come to pass. This is so far off in the future. But the pattern in general. Today, chilly, windy, cold conditions around 40 or so. Tonight, cold, lows in the low 20s. Tomorrow, still cold, highs in the 30s. Breezes should lessen some, but still pretty chilly day. Very cold tomorrow night, lows around 20 or so. And then on Saturday, pretty chilly still with the cold air damping, as I mentioned. Highs only in the 30s again, but not very windy or anything. And on Sunday, right now, I'd say it's kind of a cloudy-ish day, but it doesn't look like it's going to be really wet until maybe late in the day. And yes, I would be surprised to see a little bit of sleet mixed in with that rain. We'll have to see. But most likely just a little bit of wet. Monday looks dry, a little warmer. And then on Tuesday, maybe some rain. And then kind of mild through towards the middle of next week. And then front comes through. It looks like it cools us down by the following weekend and into Christmas week, and then we'll have to watch for any precipitation. All right, that's it as a summary and a wrap-up of the overall outlook based on the models. The European model is showing something very interesting for Christmas week, but it's the AI version of their model, and I wouldn't count on it, but we'll have to see if it could come true. Let's just say I'd be dreaming. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy your day, stay warm, and that's all I got.